Hi, it's Laura. Are you guys ready to see what sold during my Whatnot show today? Just finished up a few minutes ago and I'm ready to do all my shipping. I had a total of 21 items for $316 before fees. Whatnot stopped sending me the summary that tells me what my earnings were after fees. But I've been estimating every week and been pretty on point with the estimations. So it seems to come out to about 15% that gets paid in fees. Whatnot takes 8%, but because of the way each transaction is done with PayPal, you get charged PayPal fees on each transaction, which of course includes the shipping charges. So it comes out to about 15% when all is said and done. Pretty accurate. So I'm going to go through everything that we sold today with you. So thank you. Thank you for being here with me. I had, I think, 5 new customers today out of my, how many? 21, 21 items sold. Why is it not telling me how many packages I've got here? Oh, 13. So out of 13 customers, 5 of them are new. So let's start off here with this person who ordered 1 item. And it's fun. I had some people showing faith in me today, which was really nice. This skirt is like a Y2K era. It's really pretty. The back of the skirt used to be elasticized and kind of isn't anymore. And then the front has a drawstring. So it does have some adjustability. But the problem is that when you drawstring, the whole front crunches up and the back does not, right? So from here to here is the front, and then here to here is the back. But the buyer's given it a shot. I did a little try on. We have approximately the same waist size. So they're going to see how it goes. So that was lovely of them. But I think it's such a cool skirt. And I think that the hemline kind of allows that whole gathering thing to work a little bit better. If it was like a normal hem, it would look really weird. But because of that fun hemline, it may work a little bit better. Also, I was talking during the show that I think that this skirt has like Dune vibes, the movie. I haven't seen the movie. Um, Not really my jam, but I made some kind of comment about like Dune core. I was like, is Dune core a thing? And it should be. And somebody told me um, that the aesthetic, oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? The descriptor, the descriptive word used for the Dune aesthetic is subversive. So I'm going to look that up. Somebody said they've been seeing it a lot on Whatnot. I'm going to look it up and see how it's being used, if it's a good search term. And maybe it'll be a new thing that I have to start adding to all of my listings. So, like, to me, I would call this like steampunk, fairy grunge, gothic. I think you could get away with, but subversive is a nice. And I think that even if it's not like related to the Dune aesthetic, subversive could be a thing that works because that's also very like 90s grunge kind of descriptor, right? Anyway, so that skirt sold for $15, which is where I started it. So that's not a surprise. The next shipment package is going to that was a new to me customer. This next one is also a new to me customer. They purchased 3 items. Really fun pieces. So first is this little dress, which is like a baby doll style, and it's got these fun little sleeves. So they had a few questions regarding the measurements of the sleeves. So we went over some of that, talked about possible alterations, and they decided to give it a shot, which was nice. So that was fun. This sold for, I want to say 15. 15. At least I know that I'm like pretty consistent in what I would price things at, because I'm almost always correct when I guess. So it sold for 15. Does not want to stay on my table really well. I'm pretty decently in frame today. I tried to work that out for y'all so that I was not like over here like I am. All right, so that shirt is number 1. Number 2 is a cute little polo shirt that I've had for a while. I'm gonna sneeze, maybe. Nope, not gonna happen. Okay, faked me out. I've had this in a few shows. I had it in some shows. I took it out for some shows. I added it back in. It got requested today, and it's adorable. Little polo shirt with glitter. How much fun is that? This probably, I'm going to guess 10. 10. Okay. I don't know why I'm so excited about that. But let's get this folded up. Really cute. And it's funny because on the one hand, I feel like this is such a different aesthetic than the dress. But also, I mean, I don't really have, like, a lot of the things in my own wardrobe are not necessarily matched aesthetics. And clearly, like, I think this stuff is super fun and I keep picking it up. So, you know, they have the same aesthetic as me, but I'm like, oh, this is weird. These don't go together. This is the third thing that they picked, which I love. I love this. This has also been in several shows. This sold for $10. Wow, I'm surprised. I totally would have put this at 15, I think, but I probably got it super cheap. It's so cool, right? It's just, I love this a lot. I haven't tried it on yet, and I have wanted to. Like, I kept sort of looking forward to it not selling so that I could list it on Etsy, but didn't do that, did I? No. So it's awesome. Oh, so I'm assuming if you're following this, you probably are resellers. And there's been some like big changes in reselling platforms this past week. I don't sell on Mercari, but I don't know if you're already aware. If you sell on Mercari, I hope you're already aware. But they made a major change to their platform. That's not going to fit in that bag, Laura. They are no longer charging sellers a fee to sell. They are charging the fee to the buyer. And like, I think that as a seller, it's easy to be like, oh, cool, the buyer's going to pay it. But I think that's a fucking nightmare personally, because look at all the research that they've done for years. I mean, how much has this been shoved down our throats too, right? That buyers do not want to have to pay additional for shipping, free shipping, because they want to see like the first price is the price that they're okay paying. And now all of a sudden, we're going to add like a transaction fee for the buyer. So the buyer's got the item cost, the shipping cost, this transaction fee. And I don't know what that fee is. Their seller fee was 10%. And then I think that the buyer is also paying the payment processing fee. I mean, it's just like fee. And it's like, how do you expect buyers to want to come back after that? And, you know, I think that they're saying, well, it'll allow the seller to lower their own cost. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't see it working well. Depop did this in the UK. They haven't done it in the US yet. But a Depop, I don't like. Depop is like half dead to me anyway, because I don't, nothing happens over there. I make like 1 or 2 sales a month, literally. So I don't know, but I don't see this going well. Some people are talking about, will eBay do this? I don't know. eBay is like, I don't see eBay engaging in this BS. Like, it would have to really work well, I think, before eBay would decide to do it. But it seems crazy to me. I'm glad I don't sell on Mercari, so I don't have to deal with that. But it's, you know, nuts. All right, this skirt is a little bandana skirt. It's not actual bandanas, but it's adorable. This sold for $10. So cute. Little tag, which I love. So, right, sold for $10. Yes, $10. Let me fold this up, make it look adorable. Stick it in a bag. This was also a new to me buyer. So there we go. Next, I have this little 90s sunflower baby doll top. Ooh, hold on. So cute. Also has a really cute tag. Look at that. Sorry for getting all up in your business. And this, oh, I'm trying to keep my empty hangers all on this end. I keep forgetting. This sold for $12. I just did the haul video on this. It's the last video I did. And I kind of talked about, you know, for the pricing, like the price that I paid, it was like a little too high for me to feel okay doing a $10 start, but I didn't feel like this justified a $15 start. So I went with 12. It worked out. Really cute top. Maybe it also would have sold at 15, but okay. Hopefully somebody loves it. This was a repeat buyer for me, so that's fun. Let's see, next up is another repeat buyer, and she got this really gorgeous skirt. And hold on, I've been saying this all day and now I'm forgetting. Ann Crimmins for Umi Collections. Oops. Right, there we go. So gorgeous silk skirt. Look at this. How pretty. What did it sell for? I think 15. Yep, $15. Folded up pretty-ish. Doesn't want to stay folded for me. Very slippery and does not want to cooperate. Thankfully, repeat buyer, so she's seen pretty packages for me before. All right, let's see. Get this put away. So the show today was, I don't want to say it was slow. I mean, a little bit. Like it wasn't like, it was a good show, right? It wasn't like, you know, some days it's like, yeah, I think that if it's, 300 or more, I consider it like a nice show. And today was sort of borderline because it was 300, but not after fees, right? If I am making more than 300, I'm like, yes, this is great. If I'm making more than 200, I'm like, okay, it was good. And then if it goes above 400, I'm like, yes, because I don't usually do shows that are quite that high. So it was good that way. It was a nice show. But I felt like the engagement was a little bit slower today. But that's the thing with Whatnot. A lot of times people are hanging out and like paying attention. They're just not engaging in chat and stuff like that. At one point, I forget what I was saying. Like I was telling people something, and then I was like, "You guys don't care." Like, I mean, I was saying something useless. I was like, "I don't know why I'm telling you. Y'all don't care. Like, I do not need to be saying this." And then the person was like, "No, we're here. We care." And I was like, "Oh, it was nice." So this dress, next thing that sold, is one of my plus size pieces. So I've been trying to find some more of them recently. That doesn't want to show you anything, does it? There. So this sold for $15 to a new to me customer. So I talked about this in a previous video that there was a seller on Instagram that specializes in plus size stuff, and we had some conversations on there. And I told her, I mean, part of it is that I'm not great with certain plus size things. Maybe I'll like the fabric or something, but the cut of it looks like it would be a little bit more frumpy. And we also discussed that that's probably not a great term either. But like in things that are more my size, I can kind of tell, is this going to be more fitted? Is it going to be more like straight cut? But with plus size garments, I don't really have a frame of reference for that. So I can't look at a garment and get an idea of how it will fit or should fit on a body. And so sometimes I pass things up that, I don't know if I would be more desirable pieces. I'm also not great with brands, for plus size brands. So we were talking about that a lot. And I don't know if I'm just paying more attention or if there's been more availability of plus size garments, probably a little bit of both. And so I've been picking up some pieces. I think I can get them sold in my Whatnot show, but I think if they don't sell on Whatnot, they're harder for me to sell effectively on other platforms because I model my own stuff. And, there's a lot of sensitivity around seeing plus size garments represented on plus size bodies. And I can't do that. I don't, I have one dress form, which honestly, I don't even have room for that stupid thing, let alone like trying to bring in more. And, I'm not great. My wall hanger, like if I stick something on a hanger on the wall, it looks hideous. It's like, I don't like photographing anything that way because it looks atrocious. And so I feel like it's better even if I just put it on my body and go like, because at least I can do this and you can see like when it's on a hanger, it's all like, it's awful. So anyway, I've been talking to this other seller and talking about maybe the possibility of like, finding cool plus size stuff and getting it to her so that she can sell it. But I do feel like I have some opportunity to sell it via Whatnot because, you know, quick and easy kind of thing. And it's nice. I do get people coming in looking for some larger sizes. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. The next item that I sold was to a repeat customer. She got this cute little Y2K top. This has been in several shows. Adorable little, look at that print. I've been watching also a lot of YouTube videos by, the channel is Starla Moore. I'm not going to remember to tag it. Okay. So I'm sorry. I want to say, I'll put it in the description. I won't, because I'm not going to publish this video for like a month after I recorded it. I will forget by then. But Starla Moore, and she works for eRank, which is a website that like focuses a lot on Etsy, SEO, and all that stuff. And I've been watching a lot of content from that channel. It's useful. It focuses a lot more on handmade. I'm learning how much more of a problem vintage stuff can be for Etsy. Hold on. This little Y2K shirt, by the way, sold for 15 bucks. I don't know if I said that. Etsy ranks what they call your listing quality score pretty heavily in deciding whether or not to show you to people. And a listing quality score, part of that score involves how popular the listing is. How many times has it sold? Is it something people like? If it's a vintage item, obviously, it will sell one time. Maybe if somebody returns it, then, you know, but like it sells once and then you're done. And there are some things that maybe you can reuse a listing. Like I used to find like the big hug mug. And so I would always copy that listing into a new item. But I guess the better thing to do would be to renew it and then just update photos or the description or whatever. But I don't like to alter a listing that has sold because, you know, even if it's, again, like a same thing, like let's say it's a Pyrex bowl and maybe, you know, this one had some specific scratches and this one has different scratch. I don't know, whatever. Like I like people to have reference to their item. And once you alter a listing, if it sells to Mary and then you want to like renew it and you change photos in the description and then it sells to Joe, Mary doesn't really have access to the same information as the item that she purchased anymore, you know? And maybe that's like, I'm being crazy and no one cares. And, you know, especially if it's like 2 years later, but stuff like that, though, there's at least a possibility, like I can renew a Pyrex bowl, right? But I can't do that for clothing items, really. Like I'm not finding the same item. And even if I was finding something that was the same, it's not the same because it's a different size or it's different, whatever. So, you know, they talk a lot about this listing quality score on Etsy as being important to showing up in search. And it makes a lot of sense as to why it's harder to get noticed, especially as we're getting more of these print on demand and like junky reseller things happening on Etsy. So I don't know. There was a point to all this, and I don't remember what it was, but there you are. Merry Christmas. Let's see. My next package is going to a return customer. She purchased 2 items, 2 pairs of shorts. They're so cute. This little cutie patootie pair of Palmetto shorts and this Gloria Vanderbilt skirt, which is so cute. They sold for, let's see, Gloria Vanderbilt was 10 and Palmetto was 15. And they're just so adorable. I love them. So that was nice. Hang that back here. I really wish I could remember why I was talking about the Etsy listing score. Doesn't matter though, I guess. I don't know. But I have been thinking a lot about, there's so many changes happening on all these platforms. Those Mercari changes, you know, potentially Depop. Depop has just been super dead for me, like crazy dead. The only reason I still list on there is because I use Vendoo to cross list. So it's pretty easy to just like, yeah, publish it there too. You know, there's a little more work involved in that, but you know, thinking about all of this stuff, I've never wanted to start my own website. It's trying to drive my own traffic is very labor intensive. I'm not good at driving traffic even to Etsy right now, let alone anywhere else, you know? And you can definitely use social media to do it. I just post so rarely on social media. The next package is a single item that's sold to a return customer. Really cute little shirt. Sold for 10 bucks. Yay! Look how cute this is. So, you know, if you're not able to drive your own traffic to a website, then it's very hard to start your own site, you know, because how are customers going to find you? I will say the Gem app is really good for finding actual vintage. I find vintage stuff from Etsy via the Gem app way more easily than I find it on Etsy. Etsy is ridiculous with their search. It's so infuriating. So the Gem app is really cool. And the Gem app will also show things that are listed on individual people's websites. One of my online vintage people friends, Provo Vintage, if you are in Proveaux is her brand. She has her own website, and she was mentioning that. She's like, yeah, you know, stuff that's on my own personal site shows up on Gem. And I see that stuff all the time, you know. And so that's really great. But how many people know about Gem? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, driving my own traffic would be hard. However, I'm struggling so much. Etsy's been a very slow decline over years. Depop was never strong for me to begin with, and it's been declining a lot. But even my eBay used to be way more reliable for me. Like you know, as long as I was paying attention in listing, I would be making sales. And that's been harder. Sorry for all the jumping around today, but you know. Next is let's see, repeat customer purchased 3 items for me today. And let's see, so she got, number one was this 50s little adorable dress. It's been in a couple of shows, not too many, right? Only number 50s, maybe like 2 other shows, I think. This sold for, I'm gonna guess 20. Yes, 20. Cool, cool. Let me fold that up. And I feel like I need a little lint roller situation here. It's black. My lint roller's not very cooperative. Is my microphone? Yeah, we're still on. Okay. So when I ordered these microphones, there were 2 microphones in there, and I charged them fully the first time, but I don't really know how long a charge lasts, and I don't know what happens when it starts going dead. And of course, do I keep track of the 2 different microphones and which one I used last and which one I didn't? Yeah. Oh. So I was like, all right, well, let's use this microphone and hope that it's charged enough to last for as long as my video is. So far, so good, I guess. All right. So a little $20 dress from the 50s. I was very excited that it's finding a home. Let's see. I have so many little run-on sentences going on in my head that I almost start telling you. And I'm like, we've started 4 different topics already, Laura. Maybe you should calm down. Finish one. So let's see. We're going to go through this particular customer's items. Let's see. I was about to start talking about something else. I'm like, finish this person's, you know, items and then start your topic. And guess what? Forgotten the topic. I don't know what it was. It's okay. The second item that she purchased is this cute little 70s dress. And again, it's so nice. She has faith in me. It has 2 marks here. So they look very obnoxious here, but they're small. One has like this very tiny little stain right there. And then I sprayed stain remover on it, but then I haven't rinsed the stain remover out. So of course I disclosed all of that. But you know, again, it's always nice somebody has faith in what I'm telling them. Let's see. All right, so this sold for 15. Cute little 70s situation. And it's a really nice little cocoa brown color. It's pretty. Fold this up. I'm going to need one of those other sized bags. Oops, sorry. Flip that dress upside down, put that, and then what's the third item that she purchased? Third item she purchased, oh, this sweater. This sweater, let's see, this got some bids and it was nice little action. I was surprised. It's a cute sweater, no tags, so I don't know what era it is. That somebody could have made this 3 days ago. I have no idea, but got 70s vibes going on, right? I started this at $15 and this sold for, dang it, 26, right? That's nice. I usually get that kind of action. I don't get that kind of action. So that was exciting. Let's see, let's fold it up pretty. So now that I've went through her items, what topic was I going to start talking about? I don't know. Let's see, we're talking about keywords, talking about trying to sell things on eBay. Oh, so eBay, I was trying to find one of my listings on eBay the other day. It was a Victoria's Secret thing. And I have multiple, I pick up Victoria's Secret stuff like a fair amount of time. And I was looking for this particular thing. I saw the Vendoo listing. I wanted to access the photos on eBay. I screenshot the photos. So I go into my eBay app. I type Victoria. Nothing comes up. I'm like, okay. Type Victoria apostrophe S, Victoria's. And then it gave me 2 items. Not the one I was looking for was not included in those 2. And I was like, that's weird. So then I typed Victoria's Secret. Same 2 items. Typed vintage Victoria's Secret, same 2 items. Finally, typed in the word Teddy. Oh, there it is, right? So then I was like, hold on a second. Let me go back to Vendoo and see how many other Victoria's Secret items are in my eBay shop. There were so many that were not showing up when I searched on my eBay app. So then I went to eBay Desktop, which showed me, I think, 8 items, which more, but still not all of them. So it's like, I'm searching my own active inventory. This isn't even like I'm searching something as a buyer and you're like hiding the stale stuff from me. I'm searching my own listed inventory from my seller hub and you won't show it to me. Like what is the situation there? That's very strange. And I thought like maybe it's just a really stale listing. The Teddy that I was looking for, I listed 3 months ago. Like, I mean, I've got shit on eBay that I listed 2 years ago. So I don't understand what that is. It's just, and that's, so what is happening with customers? We all know search engines for all of these platforms are kind of problematic at this point. And I think part of it is just because things are really oversaturated. There's too many options, And so they have to limit what they're showing customers just because overwhelm for their systems, for the customers, whatever. Like I kind of get it, but my own seller hub, I have like 490 items listed in my like it's not like I've got 7,000 items. And even if I did, I should be able to find my item, Let's see. This skirt is going to a repeat buyer who I love, and it's so pretty. It's like a cotton gauze hippie type of skirt, and it sold for $15. So very excited about that. So anyway, all of these search things, trying to be found on these sites is problematic. Even trying to be found via Google. When I search things on Google, and granted, I'm not searching as a buyer. I'm searching as a seller and trying to do comps. But the number of things that come up that are like just Poshmark stuff. So many Poshmark listings come up. And I mean, I guess bravo to you, Poshmark, for getting all your shit in Google. But like way before, like occasionally I'll have some Depop, eBay, Etsy is probably in last place as far as frequency of showing up on Google for me. But it's just like, come on, can we not? I don't know. That's all problematic. This next item, customer package, new to me customer purchased 2 items. I don't know what that was. Number 1 is this really cute little cropped tropical print 80s thing. I did list this for $5. I talked about it in my little haul video, my last haul video. Because, I like to be able to offer stuff for a lower price here and there. And this felt like a good opportunity. So sold this for $5. And in this case, it seems like it worked because she purchased 2 items. So, it's a nice little incentive to be able to get more than one thing. And I'm still doing the shipping on Whatnot where I cover, the customer pays max $8.35 and I cover anything beyond that. And speaking of shipping, oh my God, that's another drama for me. These pants, first of all, jumping topics back and forth rapidly. Little 70s flare pants. I just repaired these. I had gotten these a bajillion years ago, and the elastic at the waist was all stretched out, which I knew when I bought it, but I thought it was a channel set elastic, and it wasn't. It was stitched to so like here's the waistband. The elastic was stitched to this line here. So I finally ripped out the elastic, sewed the waistband closed, and then put elastic through the channel. And now I sold them. These sold for $17. I started them at $15, so more than one person bid on those, so that's fun. And I know, it's like, Laura, that was a whole lot of work it was, but also that's okay. I have a lot of things that are a lot of work, and to some degree, like, it's always good for me to practice on some of my inventory and like learn how to be better at some of these repairs. I like being able to offer cool stuff like this in my shows. And especially, again, the way these other platforms are performing, I do try to pick things up without flaws, but like these pants were so cool. If I had realized that the elastic was not already channel set when I bought it, I don't know if I would have picked them up, maybe because I really like them, but I don't know. Anyway, $17 for those pants. The next package, oh, it's my last package. Cool. Repeat buyer for me, purchased 3 items, and I think all 3 of them had a pre-bid on them, which is cool. And especially because Whatnot now has that feature where you can see your pre-bids. So one of these items, that's the only reason that I actually ran it, was because I saw that it had a pre-bid. So that was really helpful. I'm so appreciative of that feature. So that item is this little vintage Kinney shoes shirt, right? Kinney shoes, NBA collab. This was in a haul not too long ago, and I feel like this sold for $20. Yup, $20 on that one. Let's see. Whole job is absolutely terrible on this, but that's okay. And then the second item that she purchased is this really cute little color block sweater, right? 80s. One of the things with pre-bids, though, if you sell on Whatnot, preloading things is great because people can pre-bid, right? But you do want to be careful that you are mentioning any flaws in the listing. Even if you just say, flaws to be discussed during live, at least that's something that they know that there's something that they need to pay attention to. I don't want to have somebody pre-bid and then get surprised by a flaw because they didn't know it was there and they weren't in the show, right? And I do not want to have an attitude of like, oh, well, if you bid without learning all the information, then that's your problem, because obviously I want people to pre-bid. It works out for me. If they can't be in the show, then let's bring it on, pre-bid. But I want to make sure I give them the information. So these pants are the third thing she purchased. These are true 70s little flare leg pants. This is all like actual distressing from people wearing their jeans, because that's how we used to do it. You had to wear the wear into your jeans. These are vintage Landlubber. And these came from the attic haul, which I have a series of videos on. And when I got these, there was actually a segment of the waistband that was unstitched, and I had to fix that. So I did that, but this still has some like wear to it. I started the bidding on these at $15, and they sold for $31. So for me, lots of bidding action. That was a nice little return on investment. My investment of $0 and the time it takes to wash and repair jeans. Um, it was a nice little number for Whatnot. And $31 is a fucking steal for 70s flare leg jeans, right? So that worked out really well. And that's everything in my little haul today. So thank you so much for watching this. Also, thank you for bearing with me through all of my subject hopping. That was nuts. Just excited. I have so many things to talk to you about. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that you will keep coming back. Don't get scared. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, and I will see you again soon.